leveraging whether it's things like occupancy, and that's one of the first things, so you can actually be preemptive in terms of determining and starting to clean the space even before particulates start to increase.
So you got a meeting room, people walk
in, and all of a sudden kind of wakes up.
Rather than just running 24/7?
Correct. So it becomes very energy efficient that way, so that you're only running when you need to.
That's good.
And the second thing is that you can actually network these all together. So now you can actually create almost the equivalent of having a ducted system, but without all of the ducts.
So network them all together. You had like this office space here, we're gonna walk around that, and I've got some B-roll of that. So there's 30 of these in here, but they're all talking to each other.
You can kind of create different zones. You can have zoned kind of indoor air quality. So we can actually create a zone either in an individual space, potentially one entire wing, or maybe just down to an individual conference room.
Okay. So other than occupancy, what else are we reading here?
So you're actually measuring then PM 2.5, PM 10, CO2, TVOC, temperature, humidity, sound, and air pressure.
Okay.
So that's really giving you an overarching, much more holistic view of indoor air quality rather than just one contaminant. I think that's one of the nice things that we're seeing is that we are looking at the total indoor air quality rather than just one item to really determine what's actually happening in your space, and then how can we share that data back to our facility manager.
Nice. And that's real popular right now, more data.
More data, I think transparency, I think, is really the key thing, right? Because without knowing what you have, it's really hard to do than what you can do to mitigate that.
Right, you can't even fix it if you don't know what's going on in the space. So very, very important. So, okay, 2 fans, filters, sensors. It connects to, I see a really nice
dashboard
display there. We want to look at that?
Absolutely.
Right.
So one of the nice things is that you are capturing that data in real time. So we're collecting data every 5 minutes and then able to display that in our dashboard. So one of the things that we've done is actually leveraging all of that and giving you kind of a holistic view of your indoor air quality, leveraging what we call, and this is what the industries even use, which is the reset air index. So that's combining basically your PM 2.5, TVOC, and CO2 levels to give you more a holistic representation of your air quality.
And for people who are not familiar with IQ, these are the standard things we want to monitor,
yeah,
right?
These are the standard things. So whether it's PM 2.5, that's like the particulates, right? The things that you breathe in that kind of stay in your lungs that don't come out. TVOC, whether that's my perfume or a drink that you're drinking, or sometimes it could be volatile, cleaning agents that really are contributing to poor indoor air quality. And then CO2, and that's really a great indication of how much ventilation or how much fresh air is actually coming into your space.
Right. And all the sensors in the unit tie back to this one dashboard.
Right, to this one dashboard.
Nice.
One of the nice things is that you can actually see from one single dashboard any of your buildings that are connected all throughout the world. So whether that we're here right now in our Chicago showroom, or we could even go to a place that's our Doncaster facility in the United Kingdom, or maybe our facility that's in Tilburg in the Netherlands, or even in Canada. So from one single dashboard, you really get to have a holistic view. So whether you're a college campus, or you've got multiple buildings kind of throughout the country, or even just a campus suite or a single building, you can actually get both a macro and a micro view of your air quality.
So give us a rundown of what we're looking at in the space right now.
Oh, so in the space right now, sorry. So right now here, we are just taking a look at the overall air quality in the space. So this is over the last 24 hours. So we can easily drop down and see what's been happening from a trend perspective over the last 7 days.
Nice.
And we can see that there must have been some activity or parties maybe happening in the last 7 days, or over the last 30 days. And this is actually in our Itasca headquarters. So if we go back and just kind of see what's happening here, obviously this is over the weekend. There's not a lot of people that are here. We can also then drill down into individual areas that are in this. So this is the holistic view of the entire building.
Got it.
And then we can kind of start to drill down and then look at, let's say, the atrium area. So this is kind of that entryway in our facility, and see, we can look down at a very specific particulate levels. So we can kind of see that TVOC for the last 24 hours has been pretty steady.
Right.
Or you can kind of track what's happening with CO2, and we can kind of drop down and and take a look, so
Nice.
that this is kind of giving you a nice trending view of kind of what's been happening in the building.
So I see a lot of 100%, 87% cleans. That's just kind of a snapshot of what's going on in the space, right?
Correct. So that's kind of that holistic view where you're taking, there's actually a calculation that starts to weigh not only PM 2.5, TVOC, and CO2 to give you that kind of overarching kind of view of what the air quality looks like.
Nice.
And that's just a nice, quick at a glance view. That's one of the things that we've also done is kind of color coded this. So whether it's blue, yellow, or red, not that red is scary, but just letting you know that you might need areas that need attention.
Right.